Today I want to talk to you about how to care for lemon and lime plants in your home. Lemon and lime plants are really great house plants. They bloom in the winter and they also fruit in the winter. The flowers smell amazing and they absolutely can fruit in your home. So we've got some in the shop right now that are in bloom and you can see the flowers on this guy, and this is one of the best flower smells that I know of. I'm going to talk to you about steps to keep them happy during the winter and what to do with them in the summer. First, you need to make sure you're providing them with as much sun as possible. So these are a full sun tree or sort of low shrub plant when they're outside in the fields in Florida and warmer environments. Here in Ohio, what you want to do is you want to put them in your brightest window. They do best in a south-facing window, but if you don't have a south-facing window or you don't have a window that is unobstructed that's south-facing, pick your absolute brightest window. You want to try for 8 hours of full sun a day. Ohio winters, that's pretty impossible, so just go for the most sun you absolutely have and put it in that window. Not a foot away from the window, not 3 feet away from the window, but actually in that window. If you don't have any windows with that much sun or your home is in kind of a shaded area, you could consider getting a grow light. They're becoming very easy to get your hands on. You can buy grow light bulbs to put in a traditional lamp, or you can get LED spectrum lights, and those are all fairly inexpensive to get from online retailers. Once you have your light figured out, you want to make sure you're watering appropriately, keeping it evenly moist, which means that you water it well until water drains out the bottom of the pot. Make sure you have a pot with a hole. They can stay in their plastic pots that you get from us, or you can pot them up, but pick a pot with a hole. It makes it a little easier. And then water again when the first inch or so is dry, but the rest is still damp. You don't want to let it go bone dry. If you let it dry out too much, you'll experience a leaf drop from stress. And if you keep it too damp, which would be watering it every time the top is just starting to dry out, but you can still see damp soil at the top level, if you're keeping it really damp, it will also do a leaf drop because it's getting too wet. If you do choose to pot up your lime or lemon tree, use a well-draining potting mix that drains through really well. Then, once we've made it through the winter and we are past the threat of frost, May 15th is our frost-free date here in Ohio, you could put them outside. They love full sun, but you do need to transition them. So transitioning means for about a week, put them in a sunny area where they're getting morning sun but afternoon shade. Then after about a week, you can put them in full sun. Think about it the same as if you have been inside all winter long and then you went on a vacation to Florida with no sunscreen and you sat on the beach all day, you would burn. Same thing happens to your plants. If you had them inside all winter and then you just put them in full sun, they'll burn. So give them a transition period. Put them in morning sun for a while, then allow them to sit in that full sun for the summer. Summer full sun makes them really happy. You'll see them put on quite a bit of growth, quite a bit of branching and new leaves. And then when we come back into winter, you'll have a happy full plant. And they will absolutely continue to rebloom for you and produce fruit in the home. And winter is the time that they do the flowering and fruiting for them. So we absolutely recommend that you use fertilizer with your citrus plants. Most fruiting and flowering plants benefit from fertilizer. It helps them really push blooms and pushing fruit. We sell this citrus tone. There's other options. So if you don't live around here, just, look up online for citrus fertilizer that's specific for citrus and then follow the directions on the package, because different fertilizers have different directions. But we just take this fertilizer, we mix it in the soil when we repot it, or you can sprinkle it around the top. When you're adding your fertilizer, if it's granulized, make sure that you're not letting it touch the stem of your plant because you don't want it to burn the trunk. That's it. So citrus in the home, not hard, lots of sun, keep evenly moist and use fertilizer, and you'll have successful, happy citrus plants with blooms and fruit in the winter and happy plants in the summer outside. Oh, that is a good smell.
It is.
Smells kind of like lilac.